Gilakisla. I'm Spirigun, son of mercy. Welcome to the flip side of words. I'll let you know right now that I'm the only and best universal translator of language that we have on the planet. I'm the only one that's done this study in the whole world. And I want to explain today what's in the Bible and what it says at the beginning, because it's our actual book of law. It's the 1611 King James Version of the Bible. It's a book of translation. Every page, every letter. And nobody's looked at it that way before. They've read the words for what they were and done their best. But what it's about is translation. Word comes before Christ. So I wanted to introduce to you Universal Language Translation, or Soul Language Translation, which we all speak. We all speak Soul Language Translation. We just are limited in our knowledge of it, so we don't know how to translate all the other languages. So here we go. The King James Version, 1611 King James Version. Each number and letter has a meaning. One represents silent authority. So the silent authority in the one is the Bible and English. That's the first silent authority. The second letter is 6. That means bringing to earth from heaven. What's it bringing? A double authority in Hungarian and Italian. Hungarian has 42 letters in their alphabet, soon to be 44. And Italian is the most loving language. It has the most Z's in it, or A's in it. K, projecting. So a single authority, bringing from heaven to manifest on earth. A double authority. Projecting, gets K. A bringing of trial, or N. Letting inspiration, a bringing up of, a letting of finalization. That's good. Letting thought of variance, asking thought, shining forth variance or change, bringing a bearing on N. N is the topic in the first phrase on the spline of the Bible. To change N, variance of it. Variance or change, bringing a bearing on N. And that's the important part that we learn from it for translation. There are certain letters that need to change. The main one is the letter N. Then there's the beginning of the Bible. In the beginning is the phrase. In is capital I, capital N. That's a capital bringing of capital trial. T, conceiving. H, a making. E, of thought. Letting an abundant thought, inspiring, upbringing of nina, or this symbol, nina. Bringing N to have inspiration. You see the capital N here is capital trial. Once you have a trial in the phrase, you can't have a trial affecting another trial. A trial is a thing of itself. So once you put trial and then another N, it means trial of that letter. So we're going to have inspiration for the letter N, brought from nana, brought from inspiration, brought from thought of abundance, brought from thought of making, conception, of N, or trial, that's inspired, of bringing. Trial that's bringing. We can read it backwards or forwards, and it tells us the same thing about N. We're still looking for nana. Other words we're looking for, or letters we're looking for, are I. It says in the scripture, where there are 2 or more witnesses, I will surely be there. 2 witnesses are A and Ya. This letter means authority, silent authority. It's L. And it's a mix-up. it doesn't mean anything. Or if we have bringing for I, for I, then that's a capital bringer. You're either the authority, the queen, or you're a capital bringer. That doesn't make sense. So, I is like this. That's I. J is ya. That's one of the changes to make in our language. My last name from my wife is Juhas, spelled with a J. So that's I. Then there's oi. Not to be confused with G. It has an open end and a dot on it, and it's oi, and it means bearing, bringing something up. Oi, I'm bringing something up. Oi, oi, I have bearing, bringing something up. Neat, eh? Then I showed you Nana. I'll draw it bigger to make sure you can see what it looks like. There's Nana. That means absolute freedom. As opposed to the meaning in the beginning of the Bible, it means trial. The shape of N is two legs, one sticking out in front of the other, testing the ground in front. It means test or trial. And we have to change the shape of N, the little n, to that. That means freedom. Look at it. It's a silent authority of moving forwards, with heaven and earth having no say, just me. So that's na. And na is used for when you're getting off work. Na, I'm free. Nana is for when you're going on vacation. And that's what we'll change in our language. We'll actually have that as part of our language. Also, A is Z and Z is A. So, at the beginning of the alphabet is this sign, and it should be pronounced Z. Z. But A is pronounced Z. I don't even want to draw the two together. The sound of Z comes back to A. And the sound of A comes over Z. So this is now A, and this is Z. Because Z means beginning. Z. Beginning. Z. Ah, ending. And that's how to remember. Then there's J and Y. I was mentioning J earlier. This is ya, and this is ja. And this means asking manifestation. Ja means asking manifestation, and ya means bringing up. So when I say you, you're not someone asking manifestation. You're someone bringing something up. In what? In conversation. The conversation is about the conversation. A lot of people don't understand that. We all think we're talking in a physical world, but we're talking about letters and sounds. And it's amazing to be able to learn these methods. It's the most fun you'll ever have. Okay, so where you can find more of this information, I did the best letter and numerology translation method on YouTube, and 11 words to heal our world. That's more real life living with words and explaining what they mean. So that's it. It's the most beautiful thing in the world to work on words. Nobody's worked on them like I have. I've done 8 years of study, personal study in my mind, to figure all this out. I've been studying since I was 2. Me and my twin brother had our own language. And I remembered one rule from that language was one letter, one meaning. And we never fought, and we always laughed. And it was our language that did that for us. Once we got English, that all changed. So I'd like to thank you for looking at this translation method. I hope this embarrasses the Canadian government, that they'll bring this to court. Because this is what our Canadian law book says, is that we need the letter N and NN, or NANA, changed. Right at the beginning of the Bible. And that translation book, the 1611, is full of translations. Every letter is for translation. You can read it one letter at a time. So thanks very much. Miigwech. Have a great day.